France shooting. The peak of the rioting has passed, says Macron. The peak of the rioting has passed in France. It's like, this is like that. There is no coup, like all over again while the tanks are rolling by in the background. It's like that all over again. French President Emmanuel Macron says that he believes the peak of rioting across the country has passed after weeks of violence, even though there was guys literally running through the streets firing AKs in the fucking air. He made the comments on Tuesday at a meeting of more than 200 mayors from areas that have been affected by the unrest. The protests were sparked by the fatal shooting of teenager Nahel M at a traffic stop near Paris on the 27th of June. However, the president said he still remained cautious. Is the return to calm lasting? I will be careful, but the peak we have experienced in recent days has passed, he said in a televised address. Yeah, there's certain things that you don't say. The peak of the rioting is past. That's when the rioters are going to go, really? Narrator, he was wrong. Mr. Macron said he had invited the mayors to thank them for the action they had taken in recent days. If you are here, it is because you have been victimised. Sometimes you have been victimised in a very direct and personal way, your families and loved ones in an intolerable and unspeakable way, he added. His comments come as the Interior Ministry said the levels of violence have halved in the past 24 hours. Several people, including police officers, were injured in street clashes and a... I've got hiccups plus a burp. Injured in street clashes, and a firefighter died on Sunday while trying to put out burning cars. Hundreds of people have been arrested, and the riots are estimated to have caused millions of euros worth of damage to public transport in the Paris region alone. On Monday, mayors across France held demonstrations calling for an end to the violence after attackers tried to set fire to the home of Vincent Jeanbrun, a suburban Paris mayor, and fired rockets at the official's fleeing wife and children. The public's prosecutor's office has started an investigation for attempted murder. Mr. Macron told the mayors on Tuesday that they had his full support and that he would provide them answers over the events of the past week. The killing of Nahel M by a police officer has reignited anger from members of the public who accuse the security forces of systemic racism, because of course they would. That's the best excuse to go out and loot shops. The 17-year-old was of Algerian descent, and I have seen the video, and he tried to run over a police officer. The police officer was at the front of the car and they were trying to get him out, and they tried to drive. You know, there was a threat to life. So they shot him. And it's a case of, how dare you do that? You should have just let him run the police officer over. Slightly based. Slightly based. No, don't do that. But yeah, basically there was a threat to life. They took him out. It has also sparked a wider conversation about the power of the police and the relationship between the authorities and people from France's suburbs who feel segregated from the country's prosperous city centres. Have you seen the city centres of France lately? They are not prosperous. The police officer accused of killing Nahel M has been charged with voluntary homicide. He said he had fired because he felt his life was in danger. And there we go, that is the end of the article. Now, in regards to the riots in France, I mean, goddamn, France knows how to have a fucking boogaloo, right? That's one thing that I will not take away from the French is when they have a riot, they have a fucking riot. Jesus Christ, like, people have been burning down shops, they burned down libraries, they've been setting cars on fire, they've been driving, like, they stole, like, police vehicles, like, see the armoured police vehicles, they stole them, and they were riding through the streets, firing AKs and shit like that into the air. They captured police officers and put their knee on their neck like George Floyd, which... Okay, I'm sorry, that... It's a bit funny. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible, but it is a little bit funny. Because the guy's, like, kneeling on the police officer's neck and he's legit, like... posing. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. But... And also, they broke into the zoo and let all the animals out, including lions. Now, that part... really fucking annoys me, right? When people don't consider the ramifications of their actions. There are now lions running loose, okay? What about the little old lady that's going down to the shop to get a pint of milk, or the little girl, like, walking to school, and then a fucking lion comes out and drags her off, right? That type of shit, that's not funny. That's fucked up, right? There are massive repercussions that you now cannot control because those lions are out from the zoo. That is... extremely fucking dangerous. So that part really pissed me off because innocent people could get hurt because of that. And the guys who did that deserve jail. They deserve jail. That is not funny. A zebra, letting a zebra out, which I think they let the zebras out as well. Letting a zebra out, whatever. A zebra will run away from you. A zebra's not going to attack you unless you're going up and fucking with it. Right. Lions, on the other hand, literally hunt. You know, they hunt people as well. And they go after small people or the frail, like old ladies and little children. Right. So that's not fucking funny. That's fucked up. Right. That's really fucked up doing that. But in regards to France, I mean, goddamn, they know how to have a fucking riot. However, have you seen the ethnicity of the rioters? You know, I'm just saying, you know, when you got lots and lots of certain types of people in your country, and you kill one of them, and they literally start parading around the street shouting Allah Akbar, firing AKs in the air, and this isn't, you know, Afghanistan, this isn't Iraq, this is Paris. This is Paris in France, and this is the type of stuff you've got happening. I'm just saying. I mean, even Merkel backtracked on it, Macron. Maybe you will too. But either way, Le Pen has been getting higher and higher votes every year. So after this debacle, you know, we'll see how the next election goes.